Today's review is a brand new beer from Asda supermarkets called Oseka. It is a hazy IPA from the Garden Brewery and 6.2% from Croatia. But what's it going to be like? Keep watching to find out. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. I'm quite excited about the review today. So this is Oseka. It's a hazy IPA from the Garden Brewery. Now they're based in Croatia. Now I've had beer from the Garden Brewery way back when I used to buy the Beer 52 subscription box. It's a couple of years ago since I used to buy that, and you might have seen some of the reviews on the channel. Garden Brewery seen a feature quite a bit. I had a few beers from them, and they were always pretty good actually. But this is now in Sainsbury's. No, not Sainsbury's. Asda supermarkets. I think it was £4, quite expensive really, but you can get it a part of the 4 for free, so obviously you can get it, it'll come down in price. It says fresh and juicy, mouth-watering, hazy, bursting with waves of citrus, melon and passion fruit, and it's 6.2%. But what I like about this is there's a lot of detail on the back of it. Actually tells you the actual blooming hops. More breweries that put their beers in supermarkets should take note. So it says malts, extra power malt, Munich malt, carapils, flaked wheat, flaked oats, all good. Hops, Citra, HBC 431. Now that's an HBC that I don't recognise a 431. Simcoe and Galaxy, and then it's got yeast juice machine. So, and it also says the IBU, which is 30. So we're looking at fairly low bitterness. Glass is off, can open into the glass. I have huge expectations about this beer, but I could be disappointed because at the end of the day, it's a supermarket beer in Asda of all places. Not renowned for their craft beer, supermarket beers, but we'll see. We'll see what it's going to be like. Well, beer in a glass. It's a very dark orange flavour colour. Look at that. It goes beyond sort of gold. It's a much sort of almost like slightly more browny sort of a very deep orange colour. We've got literally a finger of very ice white head. And I'd say fairly compacted. It doesn't look bad. It just looks a bit different. But let's see what the aroma's like. Yeah, lots of passion fruit in here. Orange, mango. I'm trying to think if I'm picking up the melon. Not really. There's a real sweetness about it. There's almost like a bit of orangey sort of marmalade. I'm thinking it's going to be, because it's IBU 30. I think that's fairly low. I mean, obviously you can get lower than that, but I think it's fairly low. I think you're looking at more 60 sort of for a West Coast, but I'm thinking it's more going to be East Coast. But it smells like, yeah, it's a lot of sort of tropical dankness in there. There is this orange and peach and apricot, all those stone fruit flavours, but it's aromas, but it's certainly potent, which is good. Good for a supermarket beer. Right, let's see what it tastes like. Cheers, everyone. I'm going to go in again. Interesting. I don't know why I want to say there's like a slight licoricey flavour to it, but definitely orange and peach, apricots, mango, passion fruit. They're the big flavours. There's a little bit of earthiness, there's a little bit of pininess. It's quite complex and difficult to really sort of pick out flavour. So let's not do that. Let's just try and think of what it tastes like. It's quite a strong flavour, and it's very much passion fruit. I think passion fruit is a big flavour for this. So I don't know if the HBC, whatever that number was, 401 was it? HB, I've put my glasses on again for this. 431. There's different flavours for that. I mean, obviously, Citra, yeah, I mean, you get Citra in so many beers. It has a whole a wealth of citrus and tropical notes, but there's not much citrus in this. I am starting to get a development of a twang that's a little bit like a honeydew melon flavour. Obviously, it's got Galaxy in it and Simcoe. Galaxy, for me, is all about very over-ripened stone fruit, tropical flavours. So your mangoes and your passion fruits coming out into that. It's definitely an orangey flavour. Mouthfeel, though, is quite smooth. I'd almost say it's medium-bodied. I think it's just a very different sort of beer than you would get in a supermarket. It's good. It is good because there's lots of flavour and there's lots of complexity. It doesn't fall into the sort of the problem that a lot of craft beer in supermarkets has, where it can be a little bit watery. Flavour sticks around, sticks to the back of the throat, sticks onto the tongue, get the palate flavours come through. Orange, passion fruit, mango, a little bit of melon in there, a bit of earthiness, a little bit of pine, bit of resin, not really picking up much. Slight twang of grapefruit, but not picking much up in terms of lemon, lime, or anything else. But that's plenty of flavours to get your head around. It does drink more like a sort of no coast IPA in the fact that it's smooth and there's not. I wouldn't say there's much bitterness in the beer, but there's this earthy flavour. There's a sort of earthy passion fruit and orange flavour, which I always associate more with the West Coast. So it's got a bit more of that flavour, a bit more bite of those flavours. But I think it's a very good supermarket beer. Oseka, yeah, I mean, it's brand new, I presume. If you tried it already and you've drank it and you think, yeah, I like that, let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know. Give us a brief description of what you think the flavours are, because there's a lot going on in this beer, and it's not like a lot of beers. When I think of a lot of the Northern Monk beers in the supermarkets at the moment, you start drinking 3 or 4 different ones of those, and they're very got a similar sort of flavour. It's almost like, yeah, I can really pinpoint. There's very much light citrus sort of flavours, but this is different. I think it's better than a lot of supermarket beers in terms of its quality. I wouldn't say that the flavours are not, you know, like right up my street. I'm not into the orange and passion fruit and those sort of flavours as much in beer. But I like this beer. It's different. And it tastes like a quality product. It does taste like there's not been a compromise in terms of they haven't watered it down a bit. They haven't had to add any stuff to it. It's a very, I think if you drank this one in a sort of tap room, or you had it, you know, you bought it from the bottle shop, you'd think, yeah, this is a quality beer. This is a close to £5 IPA. But this is cheaper, £4. You could bought 3 or 4 of them in Asda, and then you would have got them for, well, you would have got 4 for £4 for the price of 3. So you would have 12 quid. So it would have worked out £3 each. £3, that's a really good value. 6.2%, lots of flavour, lots of juice, nice body. It's a cracking beer. I think it's probably the best beer in Asda. So let's get some scores. Okay, the scores are in for Oseka. It's a hazy IPA from the Garden Brewery, based in Croatia, but come to us via Asda supermarket. 6.2%. I think it's a good beer. The hops are all recorded on it. We've got 4 different hops: Citra, HBC 431, Simcoe and Galaxy. And if you like those hops and you have an idea of what they like, I think they all bring something to it. There's that earthiness, slightly resinous, sort of pininess from the Simcoe, the Galaxy, over-ripened, tropical, stone fruit flavours. Citron, I don't think as much, but it sort of holds all those flavours together, really. And then the HBC, whatever the number was, you're getting some real big passion fruit flavours from that, and a little bit of some melon, a twang of some other stuff as well, orange and peach as well. But there's lots going on. I think it's a good beer, and it's, especially for a supermarket beer, I think it's a very good beer indeed. So let's go for scores, starting with aroma. appearance, flavour, value for money. I'm going to put it high, fairly high, because I think even £4's good value. But if you got it in part of the deal, 4 for free, you know, you're going to get it closer to £3, if not at £3. And finally, my overall experience. Totting the scores up, we're right at the high end of the recommended. Yeah, it's in the high 70s. It's still a good score. Look at the score. I think that's a great score for a supermarket beer. There's lots going on. I think this is going to be a fan favourite for, if you're a big fan of supermarket beers and you're always sort of seeking out the best beer, I think this one's up there. I think it's complex, it's well crafted, there's lots of flavour, it's got good body. You know, unless you don't like those sort of flavours that I've sort of described, then I can't see why you wouldn't like it. There's no doubt this is a quality, uncompromised product, so it deserves your money, even £4 little if you just buy it on its own, but definitely worth buying. The Garden Brewery, Croatia. Buy it at Asda right now. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you have. Let me know if you have any new Asda beers. We got one more from Asda, because I bought 4. The 4th one I bought was Transmission from North Brewing. That was another one of these sort of no-coast beers. But I looked back at my all the videos I've done, and I reviewed it over 2 years ago. I think it was in another Super Morrison's or something like that. And it was all right, a reasonable good beer. North Brewing make reasonably pretty good beers. But we've got another one from a complete new brewery, which is a Galaxy IPA. Could be, my expectations are lower for this one because it's an unknown sort of brewery. But keep an eye out for that one. Give it give the video a thumbs up. Please subscribe, then you'll know when that one's dropping. Got lots more of it, great beers to come. There's a few new supermarket beers coming, and as I said in my last video, I want to sort of think about doing this. What is the best Northern Monk IPA in the supermarkets? I want to do a video or maybe a little series of videos about that. But let me know already now what you think that could be. Hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up. I've said that already, haven't I? Yeah. Well, there's only 2 more things you need to do. Number 1 is drink good craft beer. And number 2 is keep on rocking.